Hey everyone, welcome to Leighton's Kart. I'm Leighton. I'm 13 years old and I'm building my dream go-kart from scratch. Not buying one, not borrowing one, just starting with the roughest old kart frame you can imagine. This thing was, honestly, most people would have called it scrap. Proper rusty, bent in 4 places, half the bits missing, but I dunno, I saw potential, So, as soon as I dragged it up the drive with my granddad, well, dragged is a generous word. I think we both nearly put our backs out. I got to work. First job was to strip everything, right? Wheels off, some of those nuts were welded on with rust, I swear. Out came the seat, squishy and torn, and the steering column, which had more wiggle than actual movement. Everything, right down to bare metal. Took hours and, actually days. Loads of wire brushing and sanding and fighting every last bolt. I remember, the first spark that got me going was a trip to Knock Hill with my granddad. I was about 10. We watched these karts just absolutely screaming round the corners, and the smell, burnt rubber and petrol. I'll never forget that. After, I just kept thinking, I could do that. No, I want to build that. And here I am, knee-deep in grime, but honestly loving every second. The thing is, I didn't know much when I started, really nothing. So it was all YouTube deep dives, scrolling through random forums, pausing videos every 10 seconds to scribble something down about gear ratios or throttle response, or was it throttle linkage? I always mix those two up. Anyway, I just wanted to know how it all worked. That first week, I remember trying to fit a box of mismatched second-hand parts. None of them seemed to fit. Like the steering column I bought, turns out it was warped, which, kind of defeats the point of steering. Then there's all the stuff no one really tells you about, like sourcing a rack and pinion system. I thought it'd be as easy as finding one, bolting it on, but nah, nothing actually lines up. I might be wrong about this, but honestly, sourcing kart parts in small-town Scotland is like an extreme sport. Wiring the ignition, though, that's been the gnarly bit. If you've never stared at a spaghetti bowl of wires in a cold garage at midnight, you're missing out. Seriously. And then, trying to get the throttle cable to actually do what it's meant to, I spent so long tweaking I started dreaming of throttle springs. All this while I've still got schoolwork, right? And my mum's yelling up the stairs to wash up dishes. Late nights, sticky fingers, finding out you've spent a whole evening fitting something upside down, it's all happened. But you sort of get addicted to the challenge, if that makes sense. Now this is the exciting bit. After all that drama, it's finally about turning this pile of bits into an actual kart. I picked out a 4-stroke engine, not one of those mad, high-revving ones, but something reliable enough to get me going. Setting up the brakes next because, look, if there's one thing you want to get very right, it's stopping. Gonna triple check that bit for sure. I've been sketching out ideas for how the bodywork's gonna look. Something really low, proper sleek. Not just because it's cool, but also so I look a bit quicker in the pits, even if I'm not. My big aim is to get this kart on the grid for the Junior League next season. Racing, against other kids who've probably never had to sand rust off their chassis in December. And honestly, what I've learned, every bit of it, comes from just trying, failing, trying again. Every scraped knuckle and every dodgy weld is sort of part of the story. There's just nothing like building something real with your own hands. When that engine finally fires up, it'll all be worth it. And I hope if anyone's listening who wants to build their own thing, just start. Honestly. Doesn't matter if it's wonky at first. Anyway, thanks for tuning in to Leighton's Kart. I'll be back next time with how the engine tests go and, fingers crossed, getting this thing actually ready for its first run. Until then, keep building, keep dreaming, and never, ever stop racing.